spend so much time in a foreign country that you forget the customs of your own country?
Ben, before I answer your question, I had to really shorten the top end of your video because when you do the stitch, the 5 seconds ends in a really unfortunate part. Anyway, so he asked if you ever, with reverse culture shock, if you ever forgot, and he has this thing about, you can go watch his video. He forgot to tip because he was living in China, and there's no tipping in China. Similarly in Japan, so I could see that happening. I didn't forget that, but I could totally see that happening. Anyway, so when I got back from living in Japan, I had a job interview when I got back to Michigan. And so mine is different from his. It wasn't like I forgot to do something exactly. It was more like just the automaticity of being an American of our culture had I kind of lost it. So I'm in this interview and I think things are fine. And all of a sudden, the interviewer says, "All right, I'm going to end this interview." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he was like, "Well, you're obviously not interested. You're not making eye contact. You're barely looking at me." And I was like, "Oh." Okay, so I just got back from living and working in Japan for 3 years. And in Japan, when someone is like, it sounds weird in English to say, but when someone is like superior to you, like you don't want to make eye contact. Like not that you avoid it altogether, but you don't make a lot. You kind of look at the floor a little, you look at them a little, but you don't look at them very much. And he was like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, so I've trained myself to not, and I've only been back a month. I haven't really gotten used to American style eye contact yet. So I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I was doing that." And he was like, "Oh." And he was pretty mad. Like, I guess he felt disrespected. And even though I had said that, like, I think he got it kind of, but was still like so mad that I had like disrespected him. And I was like, "No, really, like the truth is I didn't even realize I was doing that. I I had, I had studied Japanese for a very long time, even I was before I worked there. So I had worked on doing this, and I guess it's kind of a code switching thing, when I was in Japanese settings, even before I went over there, or when I was there for school and then came back to the States, and when I was in, settings with Japanese people, even in the States, it would go back and forth. So yeah, it was, I wasn't doing it on purpose. So I think he was still kind of mad, even though he did kind of understand it. Anyway, I did not get that job. Yeah. So, all right. Bye, everyone.